tapping, tapping. I'm getting this money through rapping. Your nigga, he only just tapping. Khala gaya pina, I'm tapped in, tapping, tapping. I'm getting this money through rapping. Your nigga, he only just tapping. Khala gaya pina, I'm tapped in, tapping, tapping. I'm getting this money through rapping. Your nigga, he only just tapping. Khala gaya pina, I'm tapped in, tapping, tapping. I'm getting this money through rapping. Your nigga, he only just tapping. Khala gaya pina, I'm tapped in.
What's up, beautiful people? Galibito Getabela Hamuhumani, but you can call me Mogolane Rams, and welcome to #TapIn, where we give you your weekly dose of that culture drip, baby. But before we get into today's episode, if you're looking to get your biggest moments captured in the highest quality, make sure to tap in the Darlington's Photography Studios. They're located right here in the Bowfields Mall, just next to the casino. Come through, get captured, and live your moments forever. With the last episode comes an opportunity to stay tapped in. I give you my take on why I believe TrapCardi could be the future of SA hip hop. We tap in the NastyC streams, and then I cap it up by giving you my top 5 SA hip hop albums that it came out in this year. So make sure to grab yourself a comfortable seat, maybe snack and yana, and enjoy the rest of the episode. Okay, let's start this episode with NastyC streams, bro. This past week, as much as the music hasn't been maybe the focal point, in my opinion, on SA hip hop, there's something that NastyC did. Could be a streamer now. And there was a lot of things that he talked about. I mean, he spoke about Tyler's speech, he spoke about the TswyzaShow, told us an interesting story about his first time being in a strip club, right? And I think, bro, when you look at how people sort of received that, a lot of people are against it, but they felt like, why is the biggest rapper in SA, possibly Africa, doing all these things? Or we want them to be exclusive, not easily accessible. We don't want to know their personality, what kind of a person they are, and all of those things. You know how people could be, or what I idolize anyway. But for me, I looked at it as a great move, right, for an artist. Because if you look at where the entertainment culture is right now, we're in a space where what you do in terms of marketing and to sell your music is not really the focal point of selling. The most important thing right now is personalities. We want to feel like we know you as an individual. We want to feel like you are somebody like any day of the day. We even know we don't have access to you, but we want to know you. So things like streaming, I think they take away all that formality when people are being interviews or they're making appearances. And at the end of the day, you get to reach a market when as an artist, back then you wouldn't necessarily reach. But right now, because we're in a space where we're streaming, we're going live, we're doing all these things, it's beautiful that someone like NastyC, someone of the caliber of NastyC, is able to just pull through and give us a taste of what kind of an individual he is. And I feel like this just like breaks the standard in terms of how you can go about selling your music as an artist, how far you could actually go with selling your music if you just give people your personality, right? So I like what NastyC is doing. I think I'll watch more of his streams, bro. If he does continue streaming, I think it'll be dope. As much as he says some things, he'll be saying some things so feel out right now. Bro, he was farting. He was farting on the stream, bro. So obviously I'll give you like a much more vivid individual, a much more vivid audience name, but it just, I think it's just, he's just opening those back doors of what an entertainer could be. You could be an entertainer through your personality. But there's something I want us to talk about that I feel like, because I feel like this is what sort of made the biggest motion within the game, right? He spoke about the TswyzaShow. TswyzaShow, I don't know if you guys know the TswyzaShow, but the TswyzaShow is that show on YouTube that is hosted by Tsyza, where he brings in artists, rappers, and then they put like the whole show interview style, but rapping, right? And he was asked, by his chat, yo, bro, would you go on a TswyzaShow, right? And he was like, and I paraphrase, he said that he wouldn't go because he knows his place, right? And that sparked conversation within the SA hip hop community. Some people felt like, that man is scared because he's gonna get bodied there. Some people were like, no, he's focused on the business side of it, or and all of those things. And I feel like, hell, it's NastyC, bro. If there's one thing you can't question about NastyC is whether he can rap or not. He's done so many freestyles. He has probably one of the biggest freestyles in terms of the actions. I remember his freestyle on the radar got the most reactions out of any other freestyle in the history of hip hop. My brother. So you can't question whether NastyC can go bar for bar or tit for tat with Zwiza in terms of rapping. But what I feel like he was saying, or what he meant when he said that people know his place, I think he just meant, you know, when you get to a certain level as an artist, man, there's certain things that you can't do, just to keep your standards as an artist really high. The radar is very different from the TswyzaShow. The TswyzaShow is much more of a local show, and I feel like with Twiza, what he's trying to achieve is he's trying to shine light on people that we don't necessarily know just as yet, or he's trying to bring back people we had already forgotten about. If you look at his lineup and the people that he's brought over, it's either he's bringing people that are like really, really old school, that were rapping back in the days, or he's bringing in people that are new, that are fresh, that are coming with a different vibe within the game. So when he's saying people know his place or he knows his place, I think he was meaning that he knows his place in the sense of, I don't necessarily have to go there to push their culture, but I can go to shows like On the Radar, which he has done. He can go to other international freestyling shows and really show you his swag, his capabilities with this rap game. So stop hating on NastyC for being an individual. Stop hating on NastyC for being a personality. Rather enjoy the personality. Because that's who he is, and we get to know over him. And NastyC. So I think for me, bro, I like everything about his streams. I won't really tap into the Tyler situation because it's a bit tricky now. I'll probably tap into it in the weeks to come when I've done my proper research. But with the TswyzaShow, I felt like it was really important that I bring up this conversation right now so that you guys can tell me what you think. Do you think he's ducking and diving, having to rap with the great Twiza? Because Twiza is good. He can hold his own, any sound he can do it. Do you think he's trying to run away from that, or he just understands that that's a platform for a certain type of demographic within the hip-hop game? That is my opinion. You guys will let me know what you think in all our social media platforms. Interact with us. Tell us, do you like NastyC's movements now being a streamer and whatnot, or do you feel like he needs to be a little bit more exclusive? Man, look, this is why I believe 2026 could be LaCabra's year. Could definitely be LaCabra's year, man. Let's look at what he's done. We're only in the middle of the year. He do really know. But he's already taken up one of probably the best album from this year. Like, it's really a contender for album of the year in my books in SA hip hop, if you look at it, bro. He's taken up a solid album, solid moves with the album, solid promo. He's really given us like an image. The railing was beautiful. Mr. Odi. Everything about it said, I'm a superstar now. I'm claiming my spot. This is who I am, right? Even before the album, he was already taking out some really, really solid singles, man. He's really taking out some solid singles and did a lot of side quests here and there. You look at the songs that he said with the North Mob. He took out a song with Makatata. It's called Makatata with the North Mob. I could argue that verse in itself could be verse of the year. Everyone is singing along to it. Everyone knows the lyrics to it. Everyone is just tapped in on what LaCabra is doing right now. Recently, they took out a single also label Rush Hour, DJ Slick, Lo-Fi, and many more other people. The single I believe is called La Pisa. That single came out like last week, I believe. That's also a solid single, a really solid song. And then he's done some other appearances on Lo-Fi's projects. He's had Aries, I believe NastyC also on his album Mr. Booty. So I don't know how you guys would put a criteria on whether a person is doing amazing this year. They could possibly be having a breakout year. But I believe in my books, this could be. This is so far LaCabra is here. I mean, he wasn't even involved in what? Let's say hip hop civil war, my dog. Let's say hip hop civil war. He was there somehow. His name just kept on coming out. Every single week there's something we talk about LaCabra, be it positive, be it conducive to the game, or be it negative. It does not matter. As long as they're talking about you, it means you're doing something. And let's really have this conversation. Let's talk about who do you think could be contending for Artist of the Year, or an artist that did the most within the year so far. I don't see anyone. Yeah, shit. There's no one. LaCabra is doing the most right now. So make sure to stream La Pisa also. I like La Pisa, bro. Just back to La Pisa. Back to LaCabra's albums. Make sure to just show love, because he's really putting in the work. He's giving us conducive content for the game that's keeping the game up and that's making the game what it is today. And then let's talk TrapCardi. Let's talk TrapCardi, right? And yesterday or a day ago, I was watching Muchin on YFM. You know, you guys should know by now, like YFM, the DJ Snake and Boys show, right? I like that show because I feel like it gives you perspective on where we are headed in the game, what people in the game are doing behind the scenes. It's just one of those shows that are just beautiful for the game, and I'm glad that radio has picked up on hip-hop again. There's hip-hop shows, multiple hip-hop shows. We have DJ Speedster on 5FM, but I was watching the 1 Year YFM with DJ Slick and Roy, and they had Muchin, Muchin released a project also, I believe the North What, right? Yes, but he released the project. I digress. But I like there's a conversation that they brought up there that I feel like in my books really is testament to how strong TrapCardi could be and how powerful TrapCardi could be for South African hip hop's future, right? It's a very interesting sound, right? I remember there's when the conversation happened, they asked Muchin what is his take on what the North Bob is doing, the movement that the North Bob has started, right? And he said, and his response was quite simple. He kept it simple. He was just like, South Africa is a dance country, right? So what you want to do is cater for the dance audience. You want the dance demographic to be able to enjoy the music. The reason I believe hip-hop has not really been the genre in the game is because for a very long time, it felt like a copy and paste of whatever the Americans were doing. For a very long time, when trap was the theme in America, or Playboy Cardi were the ones, we were doing that. When your Juice WRLD were doing that melodic hip hop, people like Blackie emerged. When when Drake was doing the Drake vibe, people like NastyC emerged. But we're in a different space right now where I feel like we understand ourselves so much as a culture, as a people, that it's not really, it's probably the best time to adapt this new hip hop thing and create it and tailor it in such a way that it represents what South Africa is all about: a dancing nation, a vibing nation. Cause you don't want to listen to bars, my dog. You don't want to listen to him or rapper or back into like what TrapCardi is about. You want to be able to jam around to it, right? And as I was listening to the conversation, something really came up to me where I was like, I think the last time we had anything close to what TrapCardi is gonna be within the game, and don't fight me. Oh, yo, don't fight me. I think the last time we had something in any way close to that was during YT, bro. We all know YT is sort of the baby of hip hop, right? And one thing that I feel like Kwaito and TrapCardi sort of have or work hand in hand on is the dancing, the melodic, the rhythmic vibe to it. And I think after that, as much as hip hop did get on its peak, because now we were confidently doing hip hop, we weren't now, you know what I mean, painting it as this white and whatnot. I think yes, as much as it did get to a peak at some point around your 2016 or 2017, whatever, people when TswyzaShow, whoa, your Questa, your AKA, were hit the peak. I think as much as that happened, I think it wasn't yet the peak of where the game could actually go. You look at what TrapCardi could be. I feel like TrapCardi could be or could do what Kwaito was able to do within the game. Could be a genre of itself. It could stand alone. It could be a genre that really brings in the broader audience of South Africa, the audience that doesn't necessarily vibe to the raps, the trap and the whatnot. An audience where you can take it to an event and perform a hip hop song and people are able to better get all of those things, you know what I mean? So this is a very early genre, this is a very young genre, and you know what I mean, people still have their own takes about it. People still, you know what I mean, I had to adjust to it. I don't even think a lot of people know about the genre. TrapCardi came up later enough more. Make sure I said this first. Listen to TrapCardi and tell me what you guys think. And I already saw other artists also from other regions are already tapping into it, right? LaCabra from KZN has already had one of the best songs with them, Matatate, as I already mentioned. Even outside of the North Mob, there's already people that are trying or attempting to do TrapCardi. I saw a live of He Must Be Fabulous from the VAD doing a TrapCardi, jumping on a TrapCardi beat, right? I didn't see anyone from the North Mob there, so you can already see that even other producers also are seeing what I'm seeing, that this could be the future of SA hip hop, right? And they're already trying to, you know what I mean, do the same sound, trying to tap into that sound and see how far we can actually take this genre. This other artist also, J-Dep also has a song now, a snippet that is taking out that is also sort of TrapCardi. I mean, we already know that Pretorian rappers or the Pretorian hip hop scene is sort of the ones that are pushing SA hip hop right now. So it's like, if they are gonna be doing it and more people outside of Pretoria or that region are already trying to tap into the genre, you can already imagine how big TrapCardi could be for SA hip hop. I think the closest time in the recent years that we've had anything that could reflect that dance, that rhythmic vibe within the game was the sound that boom sound that Bo, J Katana, and Bo, Brother Cooper were trying to do, but that wasn't as occasional as what TrapCardi is coming out to be. So you guys will tell me what you think, but with this one, I sort of don't want opinions on this one. I want you guys to just let TrapCardi evolve, let TrapCardi grow, and then we will see. We will see in the coming years whether what I said on this episode will come to light. I believe it will come to light, but at the end of the day, we'll just see how far the people within the hip hop game choose to push this genre. I believe that genre is money, and we should do something about it. Let's do hot takes, young blood, you know. And you guys know, in this segment, this is where I give you my hot takes on the game, where I think we are right now, and what I think is possibly going to happen. And you guys might not agree with these. You guys might have your different takes, but it's just a way to spark up conversation and create conversation so that we can enjoy this game and we can grow this game just through conversating and understanding each other. Oh, this is where this person is in terms of perspective. I give you my perspective, you guys tell me what you think about my perspective. And this why is a little bit different. It's a little bit special. We're in the middle of the year. June just started. So you know I'm definitely going to give you my mid-year top 5 SA hip-hop albums. It's 2026, baby. We look at how many artists have dropped albums. I feel like this year was really a solid year in terms of SA hip-hop. So many people dropped albums. So many debut albums. So many EPs. So many singles. There was just a lot. So much content to tap into. So much content to create conversation around. But the question is, in your books, who stood out? In my books, I had a criteria. My criteria went something like this. There's Sonics, right? So Sonics is where we judge the music. How does it sound on the ear? You know what I mean? Do you feel related to the music? Is it relatable? Do you feel like it exposes you to something different? Do you feel like, you know what I mean, the music is making you feel in a certain way, right? You just listening to that, just the holistically, how does the song sound? How is it curated? How is it put together? That is the Sonics. And then I had features, right? What kind of people did you decide to have on your album? What kind of, you know what I mean? Did you decide to bring in heavy lifters, big names? Did you decide to bring in people that are going to challenge you as an artist? Did you bring people that are going to sort of project you to be better as an artist, right? And then we had rollout. How much effort did you put into making sure that this album reaches the masses? This album reaches an audience that you have not really tapped into, right? And then I also had overall appeal. How did the audience receive? I think that's probably one of the most important things within music. How does the audience receive it? Did it run good numbers? Did people like it? Did people share it? Did people speak about it? Did it create conversation around the hip-hop thing? And then I also had message. For me, the most important one. What is your album saying? What does your album represent? When I listen to your project, is it music that is passing by, or is it music that actually makes me feel like, oh, I might know this person more, not just as an individual, as a person, but also as a creative, where they are in their creative journey. Those are my criteria. We have Sonics, features, we have roll-on, overall appeal, and message, right? So with that criteria, I was able to compile this top 5 in no particular order. I can't put it in order. If I put it in order now, you see now, hey, Shrimes are gonna fight me. So I'd rather not put it in particular order. And also, I don't wanna lie, I really struggled to put it in order. But we first tap into what I think the album that I really deserves to be in the top 5 is definitely Mr. Bully by LaCabra. From Rollout, he stood out for me in terms of Rollout. What an amazing rollout. What an amazing effort to create conversation around the hip-hop game. What an amazing effort to reach an audience that you have not yet reached before. What an amazing effort to find your individuality within a very large group that is the Joiners. He even had a look, you understand, considered branding as probably the best form of marketing. He was able to give us a consistent look that he's still pushing even right now. So you can't not have LaCabra in the top 5 of the hip-hop albums that have gotten out so far this year. And also there's features there. If you listen to the features that he had amazing features, man. He had an Aries there. They even shot a video in Aries. I believe he had NastyC also on the same album. He had just really solid features. You know, if you can have an Aries and an NastyC in one album, you must be doing something right. And LaCabra is able to do that, bro. And you cannot have Mr. Bully in the top 5. And then I also had I might struggle to say this name, Lo-Fi, NastyC. For me, what really stood out, and for me to even consider NastyC as part of the top 5 so far by Lo-Fi, is mostly Message and Sonics, bro. Message, Sonics, and and maybe overall appeal, but not necessarily overall appeal, but Message and Sonics. It felt really close to his heart, bro. It made me You know, when you listen to an album and it just takes you, it immerses you into the artist's life in a way. It immerses you into an artist's world. He was able to sonically create such a world where you feel like, yo, this guy is really putting me on. He's really opening up to me in a level that most artists are not able to. And also, he just listen to the way in which he approaches music. He's so, what's the best word to say? He's so polished though with his vocals. He's so holistic with his vocals. Herman, I want one. So for me, I feel like NastyC also deserves to be in the top 5 most definitely. And then another one that I will definitely put in there is obviously Ora Era by King Brady and Blade. That duo really did amazing things in the game within that, or with that Ora Era tape. I think for me, what really stood out, if you consider the my criteria, is definitely overall appeal. But how did the audience receive it? I don't think it was necessarily message-wise or any other thing, any other criteria. I don't think it was necessarily as strong as other albums. But in terms of overall appeal, I mean, in 10 hours, bro, it was already #1 in the Apple Music charts across all genres, not just SE hip hop, but across all genres, right? And it stood there for like quite a number of weeks. So it's definitely one of those albums that I feel like, and it wasn't just one song that made the charts, it was the entire album. The album was #1 for a very, very long time. So if you consider overall appeal and how the audience does receive the music, you can definitely put Ora Era in there. And I mean, solidly, bro, what do you expect from Blackie? You know Blackie checks out banners. And obviously King Brady is just coming through with a different swag, that new age swag that is able to just appeal to the younger audience and really give you perspective of give you perspective on where we are headed as a hip hop nation within the game, right? So we can definitely put Ora Era in that top 5. The fourth one on the list for me has to be SSG by Cut the Lights. Hey, a lot of people might, they might be wondering, but for me it flew under the radar. I felt like, hell, when you just listen to, because remember, Cut the Lights is a producer, right? So in a way, producers always have like the upper hand in terms of getting the right people on their songs, and sonically making the album or the project holistically just sound impeccable, right? So I like that album by Cut the Lights, bro. He had like really, really big names, bro. He had your Folka, he had your Blackie, he had, any name that you might think of that's crazy, Cut the Lights probably had him on the project. So for me, it really fits into the criteria of just features and also sonics, because I remember when I first heard it, because it came out early in the year, I felt like a lot of artists albums, they're so daring in terms of the South African landscape or the hip hop landscape here, South Africa. I felt like they were so daring. Everyone has tried something new. But when you listen to Herc's project, it sounds South African. Sounds like music that you can sell, bro. It sounds like music that you can put promotions on, you can put businesses with, you can collab with in terms of businesses. It can sell, bro. It can do like an MTN ad. The music that he has there is really like easy on the ear. It's well put together. It has the right people on the project. I'm even surprised that it didn't even chart as crazy or that it flew under the radar. But I think that's probably because Herc is a producer. But nonetheless, I believe SSG was really a solid project to consider to be part of the top 5 of SE hip hop. I understand. And then but I had yesterday, after I watched the interview I did in Yawa FM with Nchi, right? The Prophecy, North Volume 1 by Muchin, that recently came out. It's also doing amazing. It's charting #1. The only person that's beating him is Drake. Whatever. Drake is our father. But in terms of locally, he's really the guy that's doing the most within the game. And I remember when I first had the project, I was a bit like underwhelmed, bro. I was like, you guys already know my opinion of Kutowian rap. I felt like it was redundant, it wasn't really cool, it wasn't hitting the spot, right? But after listening to the conversation yesterday of him deciphering the project, making you understand where the project comes from and how he got to curate such a project, I listened to it again and I like it. And I think it might be competing Lehigh Cartelites SSG in terms of me placing it in the top 5, right? So I won't say much about the one young chin, but that's generally my opinion. I didn't like it at first. I had to really delve in and really understand where he was coming from when he was making the project. And I guess myself immersing myself into just him as an artist and really understanding the place he was coming from in terms of making the music made me like the music more. And I feel like more artists need to do that, bro. Just do more PR, bro. Just go around, go to interviews, make us understand why you made the music that you make. Because sometimes the music is sort of a bit difficult to tap into until you actually know where the person was in their life or in their creative journey for them to make a project like that. So I'm glad that I'm about to watch that interview and actually about tracks or just rethink my opinion when it comes to that project. And then the last one that I'll put on the list is Odindal by Kaya Dumako. You know what I mean? Odindal by Kaya Dumako serves a message, my brother. If you were trying to understand an artist or you're trying to immerse yourself into the artist's history, where they come from, how they got to be the person that they were, you definitely need to listen to Odindal by Kaya Dumako. So I put it in the top 5 of SA hip hop because I felt the message was probably the strongest out of the list. It was so clear what he was trying to talk about. It was so clear what he was trying to project or portray into the audience. He was really giving us just his history, where he comes from, who he is, how he got to be the person that he is, and what inspired him to make the music. It's really close. It's really close to his heart, you can feel, and it's a really solid album for me in my books. I know a lot of people don't really know about it, but make sure to stream Odindal by Kaya Dumako. You will really find some gems there. You would really love the music there. You will love the message within the music. It's so clear. I think what I like about it is that it's so clear in terms of subject matter. So that is my top 5 of, I guess top 6, but I would say top 5. That is my top 5 of the mid-year 2026 hip-hop albums. Yeah, you guys will tell me what you think about that list. If you think my criteria was perfect or it was a good judgment in terms of me compiling this list. But with that being said, man, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. But don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you're notified next time we drop and check, man. We have some social medias, you know. Make sure to tap in with us on our social media platforms. I'll definitely put them down below so that you know where to find us, where to interact with us on a day-to-day basis so that you stay tapped in.
Tap in. I'm getting this money through rapping. Your nigga, he honey just tapping. Khala gaya pina, I'm tapped in. Tap in. I'm getting this money through rapping. Your nigga, he honey just tapping. Khala gaya pina, I'm tapped in.